Hello, everybody, and welcome to Chart Request Live, the show where you bring your tickers and we bring the charts. We have Alfonso de Pablo on the charts today. He's coming to us live from the UK, but he actually traveled to Scotland over the weekend for his birthday, and I am so jealous. It sounded amazing. Tell us about it, Alfonso.
What's up, Sam? All good?
Everything's good here. Yeah. Nice
Well,
rainy day
yeah,
in Kansas.
nice. I went to, I'm here in the UK, so I planned with my sister to uh, go to Scotland, to Edinburgh. Beautiful city, beautiful. I recommend it to go, definitely. And it was a good weekend. It was a good weekend.
That's awesome. How old are you now, Alfonso? Old enough?
28.
Okay.
28. Yep.
Not quite 30, but
No, not yet, not yet.
cool. Good deal. Well, let's get into the markets. What are you
Yeah,
seeing?
good.
You have the
Um,
S&P 500 pulled up here. Is this what has your attention? Because for me, it's gotta be the cryptos front and center
yeah.
here. The Bitcoin. What a scoop and score this has been so far.
Yeah, it's kind of messy here around this 90 K level, right?
Yep.
This is where the big one from the election it's coming into play. This shelf former lows, this lower end of this top information, it's right now. So I think if we drop the view up from all-time highs, we're not still there. So it's very messy. It's very messy. If we zoom out a little bit, um, look this week here. The trend still, save it as long as we are above 90. Still a little bit messy there. I'm waiting for a decisive resolution within this tighter range. And for me, it's the 90K level. Pretty sure if we go to Ethereum, the 2000 level, it's a big one. This level has access support several times in the past year and a half. One touch here, another here. Still holding. Bulls stepped in where they had it too. In Ethereum, for example, in Solana too, even though that completed this small top information. I know Strassen mentioned it the other day, around 180, 175. This is most like a tactical view, but if you zoom out a little bit, this is the big level for Solana. And, the bulls don't want to see Solana to break down this level of 120. So for the most important cryptocurrencies in the world, I think Bitcoin 90K, Ethereum 2000, and Solana 120. I will say 120, and keep an eye on the 180 level.
For sure.
What are you thinking about on this action in crypto? How do you feel?
Yeah,
example,
no, I'm not encouraged to see like no follow through today.
Yeah, exactly. MicroStrategy, opened it here, and it's giving all the gains today during the session.
Gross.
Same thing for Coinbase.
They're trying to take this thing negative.
Yeah, it's only exactly. It's trying to turn it negative. So that's definitely not good. For example, I know Trump mentioned I think the Ripple, the Cardano. Here's a quick look at Ripple. This is an old, like a dinosaur, one of the first ones.
This has to be one of the best charts in crypto, though. This is a pretty technical Kardashian bottom.
I know it's look amazing from a base standpoint, but we stopped going up exactly where it crashed back in 2018. This level around 325, it's a big level of overhead supply and resistance. It's not a coincidence that price has been consolidated in a sideways range just below this resistance level. And if we zoom in a little bit, it's trying to carve out a short-term like top information for. So for me, for the Ripple, it's very simple. If we made a new all-time highs and we break above 350, let's call it 350 to confirmation, I think the path of least resistance is higher. And to the downside, I'm looking at this level around 2. That it's the lower end of this top information. So it's messy out there in crypto. What do you think?
I looked at the total crypto market cap chart. I think it's ticker total. Yeah, that one. And that had a textbook flip of former resistance into support. Like it came down to the very penny. And that's kind of like what people were calling for in the Bitcoin was if Bitcoin's below 90K, the path of least resistance is probably lower towards that former breakout level around 70K. And Bitcoin has held in there quite well. It's shown a lot of relative strength, but the broader crypto space has really been whacked pretty significantly and has been thrown back to that former breakout level.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Final thoughts on Bitcoin and crypto in general. Above 90, I will give the bulls the benefit of the doubt. The trend is messy. It's a sideways range. Let me draw like a fib extension here.
This is a big Fibonacci extension.
Exactly. So Bitcoin has been consolidating in a logical level of resistance marked up at the 161 extension. So I mean, for a confirmation that the bulls are back in control, not only for me, it's not only to get back above 90, it's get back above 102, 105, eventually, of course, making new all-time highs. Until then, the trend is sideways, and if we're below 90K, the path of least resistance is lower right now. I think we're right there. Getting back below 90, so I will be a little bit of patience on this trade on crypto right now.
For sure, I think that's the move. Just let the market prove this move is real to you before taking any action. That's the way I feel about it, at least. But Alfonso, let's get into the mailbag.
Let's
do
it.
A few names here. First off, we have Jeff asking to look at waste management. That's ticker WM. And this is one of the leaders in the waste management industry. It's almost $100 billion company, which is pretty bizarre to think about. Like this company just picks up trash, but it's worth $100 billion.
It looks good. Just look at this massive trend in the past couple of years and decades, making new all-time highs. I have this chart marked up this way. In Optima, for example. So for me, it's very simple. As long as we're above 213 to 15, I think the path of least resistance is higher. It is not a coincidence for me to see this sideways trend here at this key Fibonacci extension level. So with some in a little bit.
This kind of looks like the meta chart. Just like I see a few red candlesticks in there, but like just very short term. It looks like it had like 20 straight up days, kind of like
that's true. That's true.
Like a lot of green right there.
Yeah, it's looking very similar to this pattern. So it's making new all-time highs. Momentum is getting overbought. Very strong behavior these days. This is the relative trend. It's carrying out like a massive base here relative to the S&P. Very interesting. But regarding to the chart itself, we're breaking out of this like sideways range. I don't know how you like it more. Right here, like a classic continuation pattern within ongoing uptrend, right? to new all-time highs. So for me, it's try to keep it simple, and as long as we're above that extension level around 215, I think the path of least resistance is higher.
For sure. Those are really nice Fibonacci extension levels. You love to see the market respect those levels time and time again. It's not just this one time, but over and over.
Yep, that's true. That's true. So that makes this level more important on this particular stock.
For sure. Thanks for sending that request to us, Jeff. And as a reminder, if you want to hear about your tickers first, you can email us at questions@stockmarketmedia.com, and we'll be sure to chart your request out. Next up, we have Nick requesting EWP. That is the Spain ETF. He wants to see some price targets, and he wants to see you fib it out. And I can pull up the holdings in that, so we know what we're cooking with here. And it looks like Spain is about 33.5% financials, about 22% utilities, 14% discretionary, and 13% industrials. You have Banco Santander. That's ticker SAN. That's the largest holding. It's about 18.5% of it.
Look at this move, man.
Yeah.
It's the beginning of the year. European stock has been, doing amazing. Spain, it's been one of them, achieving, its highest level since 2015. And I will say, I will treat this as a nice base. I remember back in 2018 when risk peaked like globally, and that made an inflection point. A lot of indexes and ETFs and not only in the US but globally peaked back in 2018. So I think for me this is the big level, 36. As long as we're above 36, I like it towards the 161 extension around 48. I like to treat it as a base. This is a monster base. The bigger the base, the higher in the space. And risk is very well defined. I might expect some consolidation, maybe some pause here before we finally get a decisive move on this one. Look at this vertical move from the December lows. We have ripped, let's see, almost 20% since this moment. So, some consolidation here, will be normal, will be more than welcome before continuing its upward path. So I like this base. I like Spain. I like Europe. I think we're getting, some leadership overseas outside of the US, and I think that leadership will step up and will increase if we get a weaker dollar at the end. I think the dollar.
And you're seeing that today, almost down 1%.
Exactly. So for me, to see a sustained move and sustained leadership in global equities, I think the catalyst is a weak dollar. I think that will help a lot to see international equities, especially European equities, stands out and outperform the US. So, I'm not only talking about just one country like Greece or Spain or whatever, but the whole region, the whole countries.
And Alfonso, which kind of countries are you looking for? I understand it's a broad theme, but do you want the countries that have more industrials like a Germany, or do you want more financials? Because, these European financials have been tremendous. What do you specifically want?
It's hard to battle against European financial these days. That's the reality. I wrote a post like a month ago talking about this topic. just look at this monster base. I mean, if European financials are making new all-time highs and breaking out of this base, it's hard to be bearish stocks. It's hard to be, it's hard to think that the world is coming to an end. And at the end of the day, it's a risk-on signal for the broader market and for these stocks more specifically. Of course, I would like to see both. Both. I mean, when we talk about Europe, we talk about, I think, three groups: definitely financials, industrials. We can talk about some healthcare, depending on the country, some healthcare and some utilities, but mostly those two. It is not technology. They are built different than the US. So I will expect those two. I mean, honestly, to be working together. Industrial and financial will have a huge weight on the performance on Europe at the end.
For sure. The European financials have definitely been very impressive. And let's get to the last ticker, and then we'll get to the chat. I see you in there, Robert Dunning, Yaz, Eva, One Handle, Two Cups is in the chat today. We have Kevin there too. So we have a full chat. I appreciate you all being there. And we'll get to you after Hanson's request to see Take-Two Interactive. That's TTWO. Hanson says they're looking at this one with a 3-month time frame. And Take-Two Interactive is the maker of Grand Theft Auto, I believe, some other
best video game ever. Best video game ever.
Yep.
I'm excited. I mean, I haven't played video games in a while, but that one was one of my favorites. So
as a child, my aunt got me the Grand Theft Auto game for Christmas, and then my parents took it away because they found that I was killing cops, and they did not like that very much. So that's my experience with the Grand Theft Auto.
That's funny. No, that's funny.
Nice chart though.
No, but the chart looks good. The chart looks good. Here is the chart, and it's very simple. I love this chart because just look at this base. Just look how easy can you define risk. Right at the prior cycle highs, we have been mentioned the prior cycle high multiple times in the past couple of weeks, even month. They're a good spot to define risk and give it a shot. And for me, 215, for TTWO. 215, if we're above 215, I think the path of the resistance is higher towards 290. And if we get 290, probably 300. I think we can get that. But we recently spiked very aggressively on earnings, right, Sam?
Right.
Rose 14%, and look this price action after earning. It has been consolidating in a tight range, in a flag pattern, in a pennant, if you like it to call it that way, and just waiting for the bulls to continue the upward move.
For sure. I'm looking at it here. It looks like the new Grand Theft Auto number 6 will be coming out in September this year. So maybe the market's trying to front run that.
Oh, is it September this year?
Yep.
Oh, nice. I'm excited about that. I'm excited.
Sure. Seems like the market is too.
Yeah, it's interesting what you were saying. I mean, maybe the market is anticipating GTA 6 in September. So we're seeing this kind of reaction. Buyers are absorbing overhead supply at these key resistance levels, and if and when we get a decisive breakout above 215, I think the bias will be higher.
For sure. Sweet chart though, and thanks for bringing that along, Hanson. That looks really nice. let's get to the chat now. We have Robert Dunning asking about ticker ERIE. This is Erie Indemnity. This is one of the largest insurance brokers. It's about $21 billion. This one also just reported earnings, and it's been rallying ever since then. So you love to see this move being fueled by the fundamentals of this company. I love it. And it's in the right pond also, insurance and financials have been incredibly resilient.
Yeah, no, that's true. And it's true what you said about the post-earnings reaction. We not only had a positive earnings reaction the following day, but the following, the last 2 days has been ripping higher, 5% on Friday, 5% today.
Will you drop a WAP from those pivot highs from late last year? I bet that's coming into play here.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah. I think that's the move. If we're above the VWAP from all-time highs, I think the bias is higher. Let's see if we can get some level here around 435 that coincide with the VWAP from all-time highs. I think we're heading to the all-time highs, to be honest. It's carving out a nice base for the past few months, and now it seems that more than ready to go back to the prior cycle highs.
For sure. This one's a beast. Should you benchmark this to the like S&P or something? Is this one a long-term leader?
Let me see. I mean, it's carving out like a nice base, monster base. So yeah, I mean, look at this. So if you zoom out, as long as we're above that 1996 highs, and I will say 2011 high on a relative basis relative to the S&P, this one could be this one could take on a leadership role, and we're seeing it right here, right? The past couple of weeks.
For sure, yeah, that's been a lot of outperformance recently.
Yeah.
Good eye, Robert. Thanks for bringing that one along.
Yeah, it was a good one. Yep.
It sounds like Yaz has a bone to pick with you, Alfonso. It sounds like you're an Aston Villa fan. It sounds like a soccer club. I'm really familiar.
I mean, Aston Villa is the club of Birmingham, where my sister lives and where I am right now. So like 2 weeks ago, we went to a game, and the fans were amazing, and the stadium was amazing. And I met with the coach the other day. So
cool.
That was super cool. So I'm a big fan. Yeah, and the team play very well, to be honest.
Cool. Take that, Yaz. Let's get to Ava's request. Ticker CSCO. I believe this is the Cisco Systems. This is a $255 billion communication equipment stock. This was the darling. This was the NVIDIA of the .com bubble, if you will. This one, how much did it rally from that 1990 low to the peak in 2000? Because that was one hell of a move.
Just look at this.
120,000%.
That is crazy.
Wow. That's a lot. And it did it pretty much in a straight line, too. Like, there were a few corrections.
And what happened after that? Just, nothing.
For sure.
After that,
it's been gross.
Yeah. But this is a zoom out look. Monster base. We're not even close to the .com bubble high. On this one, I would like to zoom in a little bit, and I think the final risk at the prior cycle high from 2021, 2022 prices are right there. We could try to drop a fib extension, but again, The risk level is very well defined, around 64. It has been carving out a nice base over the past few years. So I like it above 65, 64 or 65. I like the way it is consolidating.
It looks like it wants more. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's getting tight. Yeah, I mean, I will talk to I will talk to Steve about this one because it's consolidating very nicely in a tight range. And what we have learned is that from contraction in volatility come expansion. So if we get that expansion to the upside and we break out of this massive range, I think we're likely heading towards 80. Probably we'll take a look at, this is great because it coincided, it matched with the all-time highs.
Wow.
So
this is
80,
like chart porn. Like that's
yeah, exactly.
That's beautiful.
So 80 is definitely the target as long as we're above, or if and when we break out above 64, 65. So
this is a great chart.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Shout out Ava bringing along potential breakout multiplier trade ideas to the show.
I will talk to Steve and we will give it some credit. Let's see.
See, it's not just us helping you out.
What else do we have?
With Yaz wanting to look at SLV, the silver ETF. I know it's rallying pretty good today, up almost 1.5, or how much is it up? Almost 2%.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
big move.
So yeah, I mean, silver hasn't go. I mean, I'm personally, I'm waiting for silver, to be honest. I mean, gold.
Isn't it above that pivot high from the very short term? The VWAP from that pivot high, when was that? Late December?
Let me see. This one? Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, we're claiming it again. Yeah, this is a technical view, but I'm waiting for silver. I mean, gold already resolved higher. Let me see if I can overlay it with silver. Here, oops. Wait. Let me see, wait.
– Very similar charts. And since gold broke out on March 4th, 2024, it's kind of interesting to note that the performance of gold and silver have been almost identical. I think it's close to 50% now at this point. Both are up pretty significantly in a pretty short amount of time.
Yeah, that's right. So I mean, this is gold, this is silver in blue. I'm expecting a catch-up trade here, to be honest.
And that's what we've seen historically too. Is gold moves first and then silver catches up. And silver looks pretty ripe, like it's been chopping around that breakout level for some time now. It looks ready.
Let me make this chart looks like this. Exactly. Yeah.
You can see they peaked at the same time back in what was that, early 2011?
Yeah, here.
1980 right was the same story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think for silver is a catch trade here, and a bet on that one. So make sure to take a look at some silver miners. I think PAS. It's a good one. Let me remove this one from here. We were talking with Steve about this one. It's turning negative today, but it's in a range. It's in a range, and if we get a breakout above 25, 26, I think this one has a lot of potential, to be honest. And it's a good vehicle to get some exposure in the equity market on silver. If you don't trade futures, of course you can trade ETFs, but if you want, more like juice and more higher
return.
Yeah, exactly. Higher return. You can play with. You can trade Pan America Silver. I like it.
Sure. And I was just on the phone with Subu Trade. I'm not sure if you know him, but he's been killing it on the Twitter recently. A lot of great charts. Everyone should go check out his Twitter. You won't regret it. But he was actually pointing out to me that short interest in the SLV is at a record high. And if you study that chart historically, that has come at some very, very opportune times for buying. I'm not sure if you can get the short interest on here, but I know he's tweeted out that chart. So yeah, that makes me like it even more.
On SLV, right?
On SLV, the ETF, yes.
Yeah, so the short interest here is, wait, let me see if I can get it. Short interest here is 12%. It is at a wow, yeah, it's at a record high, yeah, on the ETF. Very, very interesting.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah, like maybe there's some type of arbitrage trade I'm not aware of here, but this certainly does not look like a chart I want to be shorting aggressively. Like, if anything, this is just a range-bound market. Leave it alone. But structurally, more long-term, this is a very, very bullish pattern.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I cannot share the chart I'm seeing right now, but the last time we had this amount of short interest was back in September 2022. So it was around this
It
bottom.
nailed the bottom. Come on, this is too good, Alfonso.
It's very interesting. I may write about that today. I think this is an interesting topic. So thanks for bringing this theme into the conversation.
For sure. My pleasure. Let's leave it here, Alfonso. I know we have a few more tickers in the chat. One Handle, Two Cups wanted to see Twilio. Shoot us an email at questions@stockmarketmedia, and we'll be sure to get to that next time. Same for Novo Nordisk and Eli Lilly. Eaton, we just got a request from MicroStrategy. Let's hit all these tickers next time we go live on Chart Request Live. Again, the email is questions@stockmarketmedia.com, and we'll be sure to get to those tickers. But what was your favorite ticker today, Alfonso?
My favorite ticker, I like that strong finish with the silver short interest. But I have to say TTWO. It's looking great. It's a great chart. It's a nice base. I probably tweet it out. I will tweet it out later today because it's a nice base.
For sure.
I like it.
And I know Sean has put on an options trade with this one. So Sean's involved. We both love the Grand Theft Autos, so that's our fundamental analysis for this chart. But yeah, this is probably my favorite chart too. I'll say silver to be a little contrarian. But yeah, silver short interest at a record high.
Nice.
What a time to be alive.
No, that was a good show. It was a good show. Good tickers as always.
For sure. So, thank you everybody for being here and making this show such a pleasure for Alfonso and I. And we'll be sure to catch you next time right here on Stock Market TV. And again, if you want us to get to your tickers, email us at questions@stockmarketmedia.com, and we'll be sure to chart them out for you. Later, everybody.
Bye, guys.